Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. This is actually going to be the Twitch recap of the Extra Life 2018 24-hour live stream. I'm just starting out with an episode that I was trying to film before the live stream began, which, well, we'll get to that part. Anyway, we have our engineer here, Catherine Wagner, making a small trek across the Rosalina Memorial Station on the surface of the moon to unhook this Victor resupply pod. Yeah, so we can send it along its way. We have transferred its entire load of supplies outside of just a little bit of fuel so that it can dispose of itself. This was just one of those little mundane small tasks that I usually just reserve for these speddy uppy bits. But with a quick tap of the engine to get some altitude, and then a quick burn to make sure that it gets very far away from the installation itself, it will destroy itself completely on impact, or so we are left to assume. So we'll just get our faithful engineer here back inside the installation now that she's done hiding behind a tire to save herself from exhaust and flying regolith from the surface of the moon. Yeah, we'll just walk right past the ladder. No big deal. And then ascend said ladder and hop inside to the safety where they will start working more on their research and such. Anyway, we're going to switch now over to Harmonia Station in orbit of Mars as we are preparing to dispose of our Block 1 station core, the Habitat Service Module thing there at the right-hand side of your screen, to which the small explorer is docked. We'll do some regular old transfer of resources, trying to drain as much out of that thing as we possibly can before we get rid of it. We'll slow down the timey warpy bits just a little bit. And basically the first step here was to get our pilot Lee Bowman, not the best pilot, but we won't hold that against him yet, out and into this module to get it clear of the station. Our engineer is going to do some work as far as moving some things around and getting a few bits relocated, but for right now we just need to make sure that that station core is empty, and then we'll just go ahead and undock. Alright, undock. There we go. Okay. RCS. What? Oh, come on. No connection. It shouldn't matter. Bowman's on board. Oh, the battery! Stupid. Good evening, everyone. And welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. Cat Blue Flame, good evening. So glad you made it. Storm from Hell, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, everyone. As you can see, excuse me. Welcome to Extra Life 2018 24-hour live stream. Ash, Simulation Gaming, hello, hello. Thus begins my 24 hours of vidya gaming. We're gonna start off here at Harmonia. We're not gonna be doing the usual build-a-sode stuff for this. We'll actually be doing regular missions and content. We might get around to building something. I don't know. Next 24 hours are gonna rock. Maybe. My job for this stream will be eating better food than you and taunting you about it. That won't be difficult. I have a bag of Sour Patch Kids, a couple of Red Bulls, water, obviously. I will, however, be upset if you start posting pictures. Yes, I will be taking breaks. I'll need to stretch, otherwise my back will murder me. So I'll need to get up and stretch. At some point I'm going to have to take the dogs out, because Lady Crash is going to be taking Baby Crash out to her in-laws' house so that she can actually sleep. So we're kind of picking up in the middle of some things, because I was trying to record an episode today before things got started. Meaty pizza and cheesy broccoli. Oh man, cheesy broccoli. Yes. Meaty pizzas. Delicious. Bummer. Uh, so I was trying to record an episode where we're basically going to get this Harmonia Station ready to, well, we're going to get rid of this. I'm actually thinking we're going to get rid of this and just replace it with this because it's one part instead of like three. So I was going to move a bunch of stuff around, and I got this thing out to move it. Oh, Ash, thank you. Woohoo! Much appreciated. That's awesome. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for that donation. Nah, I'm from Texas. The right hemisphere as opposed to the correct hemisphere. Alright, so I detached this with the intention of just kind of parking it while we did all the moving, and I forgot to unlock the batteries. So, poor Lee Bowman here. Michigan. Two more people sharing a time zone with me. Storm from Hell and Ash. I'm in Missouri. Missouri. Right. So, we need to get him to EVA and try to force extend these panels. Oh, good, it will work. Ripley. Was that an aliens joke, or are you just saying rest in peace, Lee Bowman? Am I salty about the Rams leaving or nah? Nah, they were useless and not a big sports ball person. All right, and go ahead and board. Yeah, we are mere minutes away from getting sunlight. He's just drifting further and further away. So I think actually what we're going to do is ignore him entirely, and instead, I think we've got everything off of this that we need to take, other than this docking port, for, you know, reasons. So the goal here was to hop our engineer out. Unfortunately, Catherine Richards is our scientist and not our engineer, so we'll tuck her right back in there before we get Nina out here, the legendary engineer responsible for there being still 0 deaths on Mars, and get her out to relocate some things from this lower life support canister thing, because I would like to dispose of that also and replace it with just one of the bigger life support pods, because it holds like twice as much and can be brought down to like half the part count of this thing. Well, by like half, it could be like, 3 parts instead of like 6 parts. But anyway, so first thing, we have to move these solar panels. We'll probably be getting rid of them when the new hab shows up, but that's a problem for some other time. Let's go see if Bowman can actually unlock his... Oh yeah, that's the station. I'm like, why are we what? Alright, tell me you got some power and we can... Oh no. Still... Is there literally nothing I can do about this? Except bring him something with a battery? Oh, that's no good. That's no good at all. Alright, get the solar collector. We got stuff we have to manage here. Yeah, just a little more bad piloting aside, eventually we will grab this solar particle collector that I think has been reset. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm pretty sure we've collected all of its useful data from this particular orbit of Mars, as it's been here for quite a while at this time, before getting her on back to the lab and situated inside before we can proceed on mission as planned. And just what that is, we don't quite know. And this thing has no solar panels. It should have its own core. Yep, there it is. So we can control it. All right. Let's go see about... Oh, no. We need to do it from here. This is going to be extra dumb, just so everybody knows. Make sure this... No, these are not empty. Oh, dang it. Good thing we didn't do that. Oh, yes. A good mic, Storm from Hell. That's... So you don't pick up background noise. Like dogs and babies. Automation's a car company tycoon game. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about BeamNG. I was like, if you can design cars in that game, I will absolutely buy it as soon as I can. I don't think we're actually going to be able to empty these. And now the most interesting and most essential part of any Cosmonaut crash mission is the ever valuable resource transfer. We're just trying to see if we can drain every last little bit out of this life support pod into anything else, really, so that we can get rid of it. Turns out the answer is no, not quite. Even having had no real resupply, our one resupply pod was so big we just didn't consume nearly enough resources. Alright, well, we have to go get Bowman, and this needs to be deorbited anyway. We're going to deorbit at least one of these. Maybe one of them can take the doohickey with it, and maybe this will actually do us some good. Undock. Seriously, you're going to give me signal delay on that? There's a crew on board! Well, sorry, Lee Bowman, you've got 20 more minutes before our dumb thing comes to go do some things. It seems people like hearing the rambles, so there you go. Kat, you are excellent at the rambles. I'll say for anybody here who's not subscribed to Cat Blue Flame, please do. I hope your backlog is still up there. Genuinely entertaining. With a small interruption from Lady Crash and Baby Crash, which is why this is just kind of sitting here like this, as I was turned around doing something else and the audio didn't come through near as well enough as to make it at least funny or entertaining at all, really. But I think we're just killing time, waiting for, I don't know, me not to be distracted or signal delay to go through so that we can proceed on mission. Even though we have Kerbals on board, we have to wait for 20 minutes for the signal to go through to undock something. Go figure. Just my luck, though. Although I don't think that's entirely right, since we have Kerbals on board. But I'm obviously not the one running this show. Might need Bowen to get out and come back here to take control of the station. Yeah, that's... EVA. Don't look down, Bowman. Or, you know, look consistently down. Whichever. That's fine, too. Burn them. Now, while he changes... I don't know why I'd never actually tried that before. That makes life so much easier. That thing is going to be full. So really, he's going to have to get in this thing. Which is convenient, because it's going out to where he's going to have to go pilot the other dumb thing back to this dumb thing to complete our stupidity trifecta for the day. Grab. I like the fact that the station is a hodgepodge graveyard. It looks kind of Russian. It's an aesthetic. Alright, let's see if we can force this docking command to go through. Oh boy. You want to know another problem we have with this? Is there's no life support on board this thing. Just a bunch of waste product. Well, I guess we can shed a little bit of supplies. There's no oxygen in that one. That's probably not the right call. Nope, the station is not connected living space compliant, which is one of the reasons why we're going to do all these upgrades to it, is to make them connected living space compliant. I was about to rock. We salute you. Any fuel to land on Mars today? No, unfortunately not. We may get around to deploying the base, however. Undock. Oh, come on. Bowman is such a terrible pilot that they won't even let him pilot things. From here, I bet you all of that's going to go through flight computer. Yeah. Good job, Bowman. Good job. So this was just more waiting for the signal delay to go through and us preparing to use our soon-to-be deorbited core module as kind of a rescue boat for Lee Bowman and his inability to hit the master on switch for the batteries. Alright, we are coming out of time warp. Finally, our undock command is going to actually do a thing. Ka-dunk. Oh, seriously? Seriously. Well, for those who don't remember, I went to undock this thing when this supply module was making approach, and then realized it was going to take forever, so I docked it real quick before it would, thinking that would cancel out the command. And, well, yet and still, another 20 minutes. Another 20 minutes. Hello, Martian garbage. 2B McTwo-Face. So with our undock command finally relayed, we now have another 20-minute wait until our RCS and our stability control systems will kick on. How fantastic. Lots of waiting in this stream. You can tell everything was going absolutely swimmingly this entire time. I was entirely prepared. All the waiting did give me lots of time to goof off with chat and have a whole lot of fun. Honestly, this was probably the most fun I've had on a live stream ever. And if you missed it, I'm real sorry. But you missed a really, really excellent time. Say yes. Oh, Jesus. Seriously? Oh, wait. Did that bring it up on the nav ball? I think it did. Not entirely certain, but we're going to run with it as if it did. Oh, are we going to Kessler Mars with the station? We're going to try to go revive our little orbiter. I'm pointing at it with my finger, like you guys can see that. This little guy, because I forgot to turn on the batteries like an idiot. Trying to cleanse the demons of his past while appeasing Cthulhu and not killing his pilot. That's what's going on. Fair assessment. I'll take it. I'm going to do some nicely complicated orbital rendezvous and docking. That's not where I put the fuel. I put the fuel up here. Should probably balance it out. Should probably make sure I don't waste it all. That would be dumb. So, typical day in Crash KSP. Fair enough. Alright, let's get a move on here. We got some powerful thrusters. Let's do something with them. Yeah, target 1.2 meters per second. So we are trucking. It's just going to take a while. 33% more accidental murder. Accidental? We absolutely assume that our engineer didn't rig all of this to happen for all of the trouble she had to go through on Mars to bring Bowman's useless ass back. And now that they're about to go home, she doesn't feel like he deserves the glory. And now finally that we can actually be on approach to our target, not that we'll be able to actually target our target before we get there, although it does look like it went through on the nav ball, even though it has not yet registered with flight computer. The empty Block 1 core is pretty easy to maneuver, actually, and with the thrusters that were left on it, despite my cleanup efforts, actually proved pretty useful and almost well balanced enough had I just moved a little bit of fuel around, but the approach didn't really take a whole lot. It was just trying to get ourselves lined up, and then it was this pivot kind of threw us off a little bit, but not so bad that we couldn't actually proceed with docking. Alright, let's see how off I am. Oh hey, you know, that looks decent. I think we can punk that lander into submission. We'll just belt into it real quick. No big deal. It was short block only used engine, so it didn't come with sensors, manifold injectors. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know, I mean, seems like that kind of helping things along would save like 5 minutes, and instead, I mean, I don't know, did you guys just go to the junkyard to put some injectors in pockets? Please fit. It should, right? It should be fine. Everything's going marginally well. Don't you start with me, cat. It's gonna try to wiggle away. Booyah. Crash 2018. So with hard dock achieved, we will take this as a brief moment to transfer over whatever supplies we can, which turns out is really just not that much. We'll just top off the life support inside the main canister, and then leave the rest of it in the core module to be disposed of through kinetic impact. Lithobraking? Lithobraking, that's the word I was looking for. Way to go, me. Okay, I thought we were on signal delay, and I was going to be so incredibly angry. I unlocked the battery, yes. Reminds me of a mod. Can't remember his name. Docking board alignment something. Hey, that was a pretty smooth docking. Thank you so very much. This next one, however, is going to go very badly. Because I don't think we're actually going to dock yet, because we've got like 2 other things to move. And we have to unhook a bunch of stuff. And I don't know if it's actually going to work very well. So, Bowman separated from the core module, the block 1. We'll scrape a solar panel a little bit. We'll just go ahead and pull that in, because why the hell not? It's not like we need to keep this battery topped off. It is, after all, activated this time. But this was going to be a long, slow trip back to Harmonia, because I had really no idea where the hell we were going to put this thing. And it would be another 20-minute wait to undock absolutely anything from the space station, which doesn't make it a whole lot of fun. I still do have plans to get rid of a lot of parts on this station, which will take some shuffling about of things. And, well, really, I guess I'd like to take everything that's going to be disposed of next and get rid of it in one fell swoop. But unfortunately, it's about time for our transfer window to bring this crew home. And I don't think they're going to go through enough life support stuff to empty out what needs to be emptied in the meantime. So it looks like we'll just have to do some shuffling when the new habitat module arrives with 20-minute increments. So I've obviously made the worst decision possible and decided to dock on the docking extender bit here on the fuel resupply tank because it's in the absolute worst spot out of absolutely everything on this station. So, you know, why not? We're doing it live. All right, let's switch. Retract. Oh, come on. Signal delay. All right, fine. EVA. Come on. Kerbals, you're killing me. Any plans for reusable Mars landers? Martian Uber system. Plans? Yes. Plans that work? That seems to be the problem, is things that work. I would really like to, and I've kind of plotted them out with current technologies, and it has not, I mean, it's basically a system like as big or bigger than Artemis itself. But that's, again, with current technologies. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to make, do something better in the future. Venus Station progress, launching very soon. Launching maybe during this live stream even. Thing is, even the thingies from the Martian were staged, and that's somewhat in the future from where he's at. So yeah, Nita must really be mad at him, because he's got to do all of these things all by himself. They won't even, like, enable nominal controls to retract things for him. It's still set as target, right? Set as target. I'm stupid. Let's go ahead and pull these in just to make sure. Teaching tomorrow. How's it going? First live Twitch stream ever. Happy extra life, Cosmo. Thank you. And welcome. Enjoy the docketing. Saddest target. Also, I think a first official use of the word crashers. It's interesting. I can dig it. Really not up to me, though, I suppose. Send Cerberus to Mars. Cerberus? Wow, the wander on this thing. Where are you going, son? That makes so much sense. Let's go this way. And then this way. Oh, I hope it fits. Alright, it's a pig of a rocket. How would you A, get it to Mars, B, so much fuel, refuel in orbit. This was a great idea. It was sadly necessary. Believe me, I did not intend on starting things out this way. It was an episode gone horribly wrong, and then I ran out of time. Which is probably the story of my life. And there's always the ignitions thing with Cerberus. The getting lined up to the port wasn't really as bad as I thought it was going to be, and with the panels pulled in and everything out of the way, it was really just, it looked weird. That docking port alignment in the nav ball did not really feel all that correct, but then again, it was probably just me looking at it again in post. I think it actually was kind of off. I'll have to rewatch the rest of this. Oh yeah, it was totally off. Something here just doesn't really seem to... Oh, magnets! Magnets! Come on, magnets! We're gonna say yes! Yes! So with hard dock now, the best thing we can do is obviously do one last quick check of all of our resources, make sure there's nothing I missed that can be diverted or pumped around or relocated to any place else to make this whole thing work a little better. But yeah, no, we still got like one full section of this life support tank full. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to proceed on mission. All right. Well, let's get to the destructive part, and then I guess we can move on to other stuff. Oh, good. We're near our apoapsis, so this is going to be extra efficient-like. He says as he spins wildly past the prograde vector, where he wasn't intending to be anyway, but should have turned the opposite direction to begin with. Oh, 20 minutes to activate this stupid engine. That's fine. We'll just hold down RCS. What about chinchillas? They're pretty energetic. I had a friend once who had a chinchilla. And yeah, they scurried. They were scurriers. At that point, might as well use chihuahuas for the energy to size potential. Chihuahuas might be too volatile. They're angry. But I agree, they are highly energetic. Make sure the crew is out. Yeah, there's no crew on this. But yeah, it never hurts to check. Crew hatch empty. Good day, Harmonia. You beautiful floating junkyard, you. How long till this engine turns on? I don't know. We might actually be very close to being atmospheric by then. I don't know if it's worth our time to just slam on the brakes then. I mean, we're pretty much approaching our apoapsis, so we might as well just keep our foot on the pedal. They do have to breathe somehow. Or yet, what would it look like in the real fuels mixture? 34.89% liquid oxygen, 65.11% Chappell. That physics glitch will never not be somewhat entertaining, at least when you're leaving. Oh yeah, we're down to 40 some odd kilometers. And flailing. See a cursed space potato? Right there. I think that should be it. I can't get the marker to come up. Either that or that's our docking port. The way it's flashing, I think that might be our docking extender. Where did it go? I lost it. That is in fact our docking port. Yet another cursed potato. Alright, let's hurry this along, shall we? And while we're waiting, we can check Kerbal alarm clock, see what we've got to do next. Yeah. Ooh. Karthmorphin? I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for the follow. That was a good eye, Cat. I didn't see it until you told me to look for it. So yeah, what should we do next? I mean, really, that's our next window thing. And then, yeah, Saturn missions launch, and then Venus missions launch. And I don't think we have a whole lot going on in between. So it might be we're just going to pack up our crew and head them home after about 100 days. Oh, did we? What? Why did we come out of... Oh, because Flight Computer probably did something dumb. 10 more minutes until our service propulsion engine comes online. Come on, Flight Computer, you're killing me. That moment when Cosmo goes Aussie. That's a good eye, Cat. Well, the more tired I get, the more likely random accents will pop out as the goofier I feel. Service module as a space station itself reminds me of the Salyut Almaz type stations, minimalistic. I use that type to decrease part count and yellow clock. Yeah, so I wish I had considered part count more when I was building this thing. It certainly didn't help. Watching your YouTube series, amazed you've been able to do so many episodes without getting entirely overrun with accumulating bugs. Oh, well, thank you. I absolutely have gotten steamrolled by a few. I've just been very lucky to... All hail quick save, indeed. I've been very lucky. Few of them I've been able to fix or reload. I have several backups of the game data file, and I make very frequent quick saves and regular saves, I guess. And the community here has absolutely been very helpful in keeping this series running, and for that I am super, super grateful. Whoa, this thing has some torque. And we are atmospheric, which means we should probably ditch our fuel. Ignition. All 170 some odd meters per second, just to make sure we go piling into the ground as fast as possible so that we can litter Mars. 1.1.3 will live forever. I doubt it, but I have a backup PC and a backup house in case the main one starts on fire. I do not. Sadly, I am the worst prepper. No backup PC and no backup house. External hard drive though, so I guess if the house started burning and I had enough time, I could grab the external, and then 1.1.3 would live forever. Alright. It's going to be a nighttime burial for the original module of Harmonia Station. The one that originally bore its name. I don't know, should we sing a song or something? Does anybody know how to play external doggo adapter? Last chance to be certain there's nothing on there you need. Oh no, it's too late for that now. Oh man, I should have enabled the music thing. Alright, keep an eye on this. I'm gonna try to do some stuff. Dang it. You wanted to hear me sing? Oh no, no you didn't. It's too late for me, my son. Just Alt F4, yeah, that fixes all the things. Alright, so I've just enabled the Nightbot song thing. Promise me not to abuse it. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but let me check. Everyone have a bagpipe? I was just thinking, it should totally be Amazing Grace. Streaming as I go to sleep. Oh, I'll be here all day, Optimistic Knowledge. Literally the next 24 hours. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Oh God! What? Thank you for the follow, Valen. I don't think you know what you've stepped into. You just quickly unfollowed the second I started singing. I enabled the song request thing through Nightbot, but apparently it I might have to either restart the stream for it to take effect because it did not show up there in the command list as it should have. Thank you for the follow, Valen. I'm glad you're here.